Hello everybody, this is Nick here again, Nick Johnson, and this is episode 2 of HeliFest TV. A very warm welcome to you. If you caught our last episode, episode 1, we talked about the amazing event at 2013 at Western Park HeliFest. We showed you videos, we showed you information about it, but this is the next episode. This episode, guys, we're going to talk to Grant, we're going to talk and show you guys about the really, really cool videos that we had for last year. Last year we had our own studio on site, didn't we?
Yeah, it was a huge hit actually, probably more of an excitement for the pilots than the flying ones.
It was really unusual actually to have our own HeliFest TV actually on site. So we had loads and loads of people gathering around, all wondering what's going on, all this TV stuff, and we had our own inbuilt studio. So we had videos with all the sponsors, the top pilots as well, didn't we? All the flight teams. So we're going to show you some of that as well today. We also talked to a lot of the team players individually and as a group. So Grant, we're coming so close now, aren't we, to HeliFest Helimasters 2014. Give us a quick rundown of how things are going so far.
Yeah, well, this is where things start to get stressful for the team here. So yeah, we've not long opened up the pilot entry for the Helimasters UK competition. We've had some overwhelming success and support.
How many minutes did it sell out?
6 minutes.
6 minutes, crazy. I've never heard that before.
It's ridiculous, isn't it? But yeah, overwhelming sort of support for the event, which is really good. But if you want to check out who's actually entered, just check out the website, helifest.co.uk. You can go on there, see what class the pilots are in, everyone who's competing. But if you didn't manage to get in, don't worry too much. If you get in touch via Facebook, contact us on our website, Twitter, or by any other means, just fire over an email and let us know you want to be on the reserves list. And yeah, we can get you on there, let you know as soon as an opportunity becomes available.
Just remind people, what's the date of the event?
June the 13th to the 15th. So the 13th, the Friday the 13th, is Fun Fly, the actual competition, and all the main features comes off on the Saturday and Sunday.
Right.
So,
Okay.
Yeah, that's when you need to be there. But yeah, if you don't make it into the competition, feel free to come along for the Fun Fly. Go to the website and purchase tickets. It's camping included as well in that, and you can take part in all the features, night flying, everything else happening at the event through that. So it's not all about the competition. Come in and just get involved.
Have a good time.
Yeah, exactly.
Have fun. So as I said, we've spoken, did videos and interviews of some of the top pilots, or all of the top pilots in fact. So before any further ado, our principal sponsor for last year and this year is FastLab Performance. Let's check out the video. Let's see what these guys had to say.
Hi everybody, my name's Chris Walton. I'm one of the owners of FastLab Performance, along with Jamie Renwick. We started this company about 6 or 7 years ago. FastLab Performance and FLP Distribution, our distribution company, sell a range of products, and what we feel is that it's important that all those products get adequately represented. So our flight team guys are free to fly whatever they want, as long as it's a product within our range, which if you've seen our range, that's pretty much anything anyway. So they get to fly whatever they want with the setups that they want, which is a nice kind of sponsorship in some ways, because you don't get forced to fly this or fly that, and it seems to work well for everybody. I'd like to say what we look for in our pilots. We have a very wide range of pilots. Obviously you've seen the flight team. We look for pilots that have obviously got good technical skill, that are good competent pilots that are out in the field, but for me the most important part is actually having pilots that can talk to people. At the end of the day, the guys are all representing our brand, and it's important that they have a nice sociable approach, and they're able to talk to people from all over. The team itself consists of guys that are just getting into the hobby, and we also have guys that are really at the very highest part of the game. Obviously the Boisson brothers, for example, are flying for us right now, and they're over in the XFC this weekend competing. We select competitions based on a number of different factors, and for us, the pure competition aspect is only one part of it. We really like the Western Park show because you can go and see the airplanes flying over the other side there. You can, there's a fun fly on the Friday. There's a lot of things that people can do that's not just sitting watching competitions. One of the things that we found with some of the events around the world, and there's a couple of them now, they don't really have a large spectator numbers because they're pure competitions, and if there's nothing else in the surrounding area, particularly some in the US right now, you don't get the number of people attending those events. And if we want to grow the hobby, which is one of the things we obviously want to do, then we need people to come and we need people to see the products on offer. There's a guy who's well known to a lot of people who hasn't been out of the hobby. He's been learning to fly full size for some years, and I'm really pleased to tell everybody that Lucas Reaver is going to be joining the FastLab flight team. So, and I mean, it's obviously very, very cool because like some of these guys, I've known Lucas since he almost started to fly, and he's a guy that's got talents to go anywhere in the world with his flying, and he's actually chosen us as a flight team rather than us choose him almost as a place to come. So it's great. Lucas is still going to be doing some of his stuff. I don't think we're going to see him at the competitions anymore because it's hard work doing these competitions. Every one of these guys that does it will tell you that. But he's certainly going to be attending a lot of fun flies, and who knows, maybe in a year or so it'd be nice if we could maybe drag him over here and let you guys see how that guy flies as well. So, you've heard me talk a little bit now. I'm going to maybe let a couple of the guys talk. One of the people that really doesn't like to talk very much is stood right behind me. So let me just pass the microphone over to Matt.
Thanks for that, Chris. Obviously, it's a great pleasure to be part of the Fast Lad team. When Matty Lodge asked me to join, and Chris obviously didn't have to think about it at all, just instantly said yes. I've always been a fan of Fast Lad Performance, always bought from them from day one, as soon as they started out as a company. Yeah, it's just really good team to be a part of. Really nice, down-to-earth guys. Like Chris says, no real pressure to fly anything in particular, to fly any sort of particular brand of any sort. Just really relaxed, nice team.
Hey up, old cock. How is that? No, seriously, I've known Chris and the Fast Lad team for a long time now. Ever since I started the hobby in 2007, I went there, bought my bitch back in the day when I was learning to fly, still learning as it happens. But, we've all been good friends, Northern lads, Yorkshire lads, and Lancashire lad. Well, we're not north of Watford. Anyway, we've remained friends. I've done my training up through the early days, and I like Fast Lads. For me, the top of the Premiership in the game. Support everybody, everything, and after sales, customer support. Top of the league. It's just a pleasure to be on the team.
I'd also like to take the opportunity to introduce Mr. Bert Kammerer. Most people know Bert from either Smack Talk or the forums or his numerous videos that he's done from around the world. We were really pleased when he agreed to come over and come to the event and come up and see us and everything. So Bert, I'm sure they're going to ask you a couple of questions now. So it's great to have you here. And
It's definitely great to be here. I mean, these guys are all great. I've known Chris for many years, and it's just always good to be around Fast Lad, the Fast Lad crowd. UK crowd is great. It's like being at home. I mean, it's we're very alike, obviously, in comparison to so many other places, and everybody's been very welcoming and very receptive.
Yesterday we had Bert join us on the flight line, which was a huge surprise for me. It was a bit of an honour to fly with Bert Kammerer, except for I crashed into Steve. I didn't get to fly that long with him, but it was cool to anyway be out the air and get to watch him, even though my heli was smashed up on the floor.
The weekend's been great. It's a fantastic event. It's massive support from the UK crowd, and obviously being a part of the Fast Lad team, who are principal sponsors here, is just fantastic. It's a great team. We're all really good friends as well as sometimes competitors. On the flight line, when we're going head to head, our friendship might be parked for 5 minutes, but then back in the pits we'll help each other out. In terms of Bert here, it's absolutely fantastic. I did stand out there a couple of times with him. I flinched about twice. I tried to stand my ground, but yeah, it's great to have him here, and to demonstrate to the UK what SAB is all about on behalf of Fast Lad is great. So yeah, fantastic weekend.
That was a great video. That was the Fast Lad Performance team. So yeah, I mean, going to be a great event this year, isn't it?
Yeah, and I mean, it must have been an awesome experience there for the team, not just for the pro pilots, but for all the intermediate and sports flyers of the team to actually get involved and fly with such a helicopter legend.
He's a great down-to-earth guy. We love Bert Kammerer and Susie Kammerer, great ambassadors for the sport, and it's just testament to how much of a value they see the HeliFest Helimasters event at Western Park. They're coming back again. So we thank Chris Walton and the guys at Fast Lad Performance for making that happen, and thanks also to Team SAB for putting it all together.
Yeah, so we've seen what the team think about Bert being there and his involvement, but I think we best take a look at what Bert and Susie actually thought of the event as a whole without the team there. So let's go check that out.
Let's hear what Bert and Susie have to say.
It's always great to be here. England is not only a very big market, there's lots of enthusiasts in the hobby, and it's just great for me as a pilot, and it's also great for the brand I represent, obviously, to be affiliated with company like Fastlad and Chris and all these guys. I mean, it's a win-win situation for everybody, and it's a great place to be at for sure.
It's great to see all the people and get to catch up. I get to see them at events all across the world. So it's friends you may not see for a year. It's tiring. It's a lot of work. There's a lot that goes behind getting ready for a trip like this. But it's always good to be here and see everybody again.
I think if you ever, you question about, why do we want to see good pilots come over? I think this country deserves it, to be honest with you. I mean, it's hard sometimes when you're an island and you're not connected to Europe that we don't necessarily get all the pilots that we'd like over here. And, we want to see good pilots like that. We've got a lot of our own pilots. It helps people aspire. Helps people aspire to bigger and better things. And in terms of brand promotion, I mean, it's fantastic that SAB would release Bert's time even to come over here and spend some time with us as the distributor of the product, because this guy's really busy, and it's nice that we can get him over here. Bert's the most modest guy I have ever met about his talents, right? He understates himself at every turn of the dice, but he's an amazing pilot, still an amazing pilot, and he's an awesome show pilot. He's an older pilot, and that's why I like him. There's not many years between us, and he's.
We're actually almost the same.
We're almost the same age, yeah. And he's an amazing pilot. He's not been in it since he was a kid. He took it on later on in life, and it's great to see people that are a little bit older that are able to fly at that very, very highest level. So well done, dude. We appreciate it.
I just want to say that I'm really impressed by the level of flying here, and I wish other countries could use this as an example. For example, in the United States, we don't really have this culture of competition that you guys have here in England, and I think it's really important to grow the hobby. I think that having an event like this where there's a competition, but at the same time there's lots of spectators and families and children, it's just a great way to promote the hobby and the industry as a whole, and I'm really happy to have been part of it. To me, the flying, the more I attend events and I look at people and the more I get involved in this hobby, the more I realize that the flying is just a very small part of it. And you have to be able to fly to entertain the audience and for people to look up to you. But then on the other hand, I think the whole ability to interact with other people and to help other people is what makes the hobby. I know lots of pilots that are just incredible, but they just, some of them just don't have the patience to spend time with other people and teach them about the hobby. And if you don't teach and you don't pass that along, then nothing comes out of it. And, just standing out there and just doing a demo and then going home, it's not gonna grow the hobby as a hobby. So. Yeah.
I think that's one thing that we've got going really well in the UK. You see, it's not just all about trying to beat someone else. We've got Bish went out yesterday and he's 2-2, and it's that kind of sums up the event really, or what we're trying to make of the event. Just a great fun, take the stress out of it, and just have a really awesome time. And I hope you felt the same way.
Absolutely, it was a really good time.
So thank you very much.
Yeah, what a great video there from Bert and Susie.
It's really good to get them away from the team actually and have a proper down-to-earth discussion about what they thought of the event and what it means to them to come and sort of get involved with things like this.
Well, it shows as well, how much they think of this event for coming over for a second year this year. By the way, whilst we're here, we might as well say just a big thank you to the guys at Fastlad Performance, Chris Walton and Jamie Renwick, and all the guys there for making it happen, and also to Team SAB for allowing sort of Bert and Susie to come over here.
That ties it up for this episode. So tune back in for episode 3 coming up shortly. So we've got team interviews with the Midland Helicopter team, the AlignedTrex.co.uk team, and we also an in-depth chat with Raj from AlignedTrex.co.uk about his involvement with the Nightfly last year and again in 2014. And to wrap it up, I think we've got an interview about the Opti brand with Andrew Hinton-Lever, what's keeping them at the top of their game.
See you next time.